our next broadcast will not be until 2025, and it'll be a big one, though, when the cadets come into town. And I think we're going to get an interview with Mason Patrick here before we sign off. So Mason has made his way up here. And Mason, congratulations. Big night for you. 1,000-point in your high school career. Travis Invitational win for the Titans.
Yep.
And we thought there was going to be an all-tournament team, but I guess we didn't do that this year. So we made our own selections, and you were picked by our broadcast crew as the MVP of the Travis Invitational. So a solid 14-point win against a well-coached, fundamentally sound Harrisonburg homeschool team. Titans at 6-1. How you feeling right now?
I mean, I'm feeling great. Scored my 1,000th point, but also, I mean, it was a great team win. Everyone played good, and we kept it together the whole game. So it was a great game, really.
Yeah, we thought it was a kind of a tight whistle for the officials tonight. It was hard to get a lot of flow. Foul trouble on both teams. In a game like that, because you're a player, I feel like, who relies so much on rhythm and flow. We saw you a week ago with your 45-point performance, just really feeling that rhythm. And when it is very stop-start like it was tonight, how does that impact your game?
I mean, it's definitely difficult for me, especially if the whistles are kind of inconsistent, just so I don't really know how they're going to call it. But I just try to stay focused the whole game and just, like, play my game no matter what.
And you guys early in the season seem to have established, a pretty solid starting five that I believe started every game. But we saw the depth last night in the decisive win. Everybody get a lot of minutes. And then tonight, with Devion Brown having 4 fouls, Isaiah Robinson having 4 fouls, that depth was tested again. Can you speak on how this team is developing more depth, probably compared to the previous Titan teams you played on?
I mean, we got a lot of good young guys sitting on the bench. I mean, we have a great starting five, but we have very solid players coming off the bench. We have Turan, Darian, who are both returning varsity players. I mean, young guys like Maddox and Jeremiah, who are young, but they can definitely contribute to the team. So it's just great having those players come off the bench so the energy doesn't drop like it sometimes does on teams that don't have a lot of depth.
So before we go, I'm going to ask you just to look ahead. I know exams are coming up next week, but when you finish with that, you've got the Coaches for Change tournament, which looks like a very strong field. Highland Springs Showcase. I haven't heard yet who we're playing in that, but I'm sure it'll be somebody good. And then you come back in the new year. Prep League play starts. I think the next home game we were just looking is Benedictine, which is obviously a huge rivalry game. So as we build on this 6-1 start, what do you think this team needs to do to continue to keep the winning ways going, even as the competition is likely to get tougher?
I mean, we got to stay hungry. Even though we're 6-1, we got to stay competitive and keep ready to play games every day. I mean, last year we lost a lot of close games, especially to our rivals, and one of our goals this year is to sweep our rivals. So we have the opportunity coming up, so we're all really excited for that.
And then one last question just about the 1,000 points. We had talked even before you got it, we knew you were close. And then when you got it, it's such a indicator of consistency throughout a career to get to 1,000 points in your high school career. And you've already talked about you're not necessarily all about the individual accolades, and you still have 2.5 months to add and get it into 1,100, 1,200, and hopefully beyond. But just take a minute I'm going to kind of give you permission to brag a little bit about yourself and what it's required from you in terms of work ethic and time and commitment to be able to score 1,000 points in your high school career.
I mean, I've definitely put in the work to be able to get to this point. I was lucky enough to play varsity my freshman year at Hanover, but I got to score points there, and then I transferred to Trinity, and I also got to start my whole time here. So it's just been I've had a lot of opportunities to score, but also just, again, playing my role and being ready to score when I have the opportunity to.
Well, congratulations on that incredible accomplishment and all the team and individual accolades that have been coming your way. Hagan and I were just talking. We want to get you on our podcast probably when we get back to school in January to have a bigger picture conversation about what the rest of the season will bring, what it felt like to score 45 points in a single game, and what it's like to play with your brother. Are already some questions I'm formulating for when we get a chance to sit down here pretty soon after you get through exams and Christmas and New Year's. But thanks for taking some time to join us, and congratulations on a great win and on the 1,000-point mark.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mason, appreciate you, bud. And with that, I think we'll wrap up this broadcast. Thanks to everybody who joined us. Looked like a lot of viewers tonight checking out this championship game, and we can't wait to bring you more Trinity Episcopal basketball. Girls and boys both win the Travis Invitational. We will see y'all in January. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We out. See you next time.